My money is coming from ordinary Kenyans. I am probably the candidate who has the least funding in terms of billions or millions.
How much have you got?
I don't have money. Money comes and goes because people send by SMS 20,000, 10,000, or volunteer time, or volunteer vehicle, or volunteer. People are arising to do this. It is not that we raise money and bought vehicles and helicopters to run this campaign. It was never about money, and it is not about money. The issue about Kenya is not about money. It is something much deeper than money. And that's why I would like for you, moderator, to allow a bit of time for us to talk about the question of why are we here in the first place. Because
this whole debate is about why you're here.
Yeah, but I feel like we are glossing over issues.
Because I'd like to establish some basic facts. We will have time to go into the meat of the discussion. So your campaign is funded by ordinary Kenyans?
Yes.
Entirely?
Totally. Since I started this campaign in April of last year, up to this point, if we have spent a lot of money, we have not exceeded 25 million. And if you really want to talk about efficiency, that is efficiency. We have run a presidential campaign with little less than about 20 million shillings, up to this point.
May I first of all acknowledge that money is a challenge to Safina, and I suspect to many people. Yes, it is a challenge, particularly given the central role that the culture of money, the culture of handouts, has come to play in our politics. Yes, I'm getting funded by friends is part of the reason why we did not start as early as the others. We have a budget of a couple of billion shillings.
Billion or billion?
Billion. Coming from friends, we have enough now for the official campaign period to sustain the campaign. Most of it has come from friends who are committed, who believe in the sort of change that Safina is preaching and will bring.
Kenyan friends?
Kenyan friends, yes.
Let's first of all start by saying that campaigns do cost money. And saying it's not about money will not be honest or sincere, because even if you have to fuel your car, you need money to fuel your car. But for the last 1 year, we've wanted these campaigns to be owned by individuals and small individuals in terms of contribution. So for the last 1 year, I've had internet donations and I've had M-Pesa donations, which have been very generous because we also appreciate that those who give, no matter how small, bear you in mind when it comes to voting. But we've also had a fundraising committee, which has basically been our engine in propelling our campaigns. And I'm grateful to that particular committee because it's what has kept me on the run in terms of campaign funding. The highest donor has been 1 million shillings. The lowest donor has been 50 shillings. We have a whole list from the day we started of the first donor to the current donor now. We can present it for scrutiny.
So are you prepared to say how much your campaign is costing? What's your budget?
When I look at the figures that have been given by certain campaign teams running into billions, I sometimes wonder whether I'm in the same country and in the same campaign. But I know that my campaign team raised over 300 million. And that has been the engine that has propelled me to where I am now.
My campaign is funded by party members and well-wishers. And I was the first presidential candidate to go public on fundraising, to call people for support on M-Pesa. I had the Simama na Mama na Mia initiative. And I think that the day we bear our accounts, Kenyans will see that this is the most cost-effective campaign. I've been on the road for 2 years, over 2 years, and my campaign is totally efficient in use of both human and financial resources. And I want to thank all those who have contributed in one way or the other. And to say this, we are launching a different campaign than what is in the market. People give money, we don't. And I want to say this is my 5th campaign. I've been a member of parliament for 20 years, therefore 4 campaigns. I never do it like other people. Always with lesser money, astounding results. And that's what I'm pushing on for.
When you say lesser money, are you prepared to say how much?
I will say at the end of the campaign, I think that delving into that would be a distraction and would be prejudicial. But judging from my declaration of wealth without any pushing, you can be sure that I will bear all. I'm the only candidate who has declared the wealth.
Are we into the
or
millions
the lack
or
of it.
billions?
Millions.
You
You already told us about the challenges with your deputy.
You understand our culture, the Kenyan culture. They give money to the rich. Money is given to the rich because they know it can easily be reciprocated. It can just come back. When they see me, they just say, Mwalimu, you cannot make it. But God has his own ways of moving things. And I was assisted in registering the party by a former Lenana student who runs his business here in Nairobi. And this afternoon, youth volunteered to visit Rift Valley, Nyanza, and Western 24 counties. And they brought me a budget of 430,000 Kenya shillings. That is to the minimum. I think most of the days they will be fasting. And I just told them, I'm going for a meeting, I'll come back. So I established an M-Pesa, a pay bill number 984400.
Don't fundraise here though.
No, I'm just saying.
Yes, sorry.
And yesterday, what?
Just to be clear, your funding is coming from ordinary Kenyans. Ordinary people.
Yesterday, a 10-year-old child stopped my van and donated 10 shillings.
Mwalimu, asante.
Daima mimi Mkenya, mwananchi mzalendo.